Today, we rented a skid steer. And although I am excited about doing some stuff around the property with it, the main reason we got it and the main reason I'm excited is because we are finally going to be getting our 3 new greenhouses that we've been waiting for months. They had to come across Canada by train, and then now they're going to be getting delivered by truck. And we needed something that could, forklift them off the back of a truck. We're getting 2 more Caterpillar tunnels similar to these. They're 50 feet by 15 feet. And then we're getting a massive double-walled 30 foot by 70 foot greenhouse, which is similar proportions to this outbuilding. So you can see how big that building is. It'll be very similar in size to that. And eventually that one is gonna go in this general area. And that's gonna be where we do our nursery. We're talking about maybe having a workstation in there as well. It'll be heated in the spring so that we can grow a lot more stuff in the nursery sale than we are this year. There's some general moving around of stuff that I'm gonna do while the skid steer's here. I'm gonna move some of this compost, some of it has to go all the way down there and some of it has to go all the way up there. And then down here at the bottom of the farm, there's a couple piles like this that I'm finally gonna get cleaned up, because my goal this year is to have all of this area prepped for farming next year. It's actually been a few years since I ran a skid steer. I am no professional with them, but I worked for a road milling company. I usually ran the street sweeper, but every now and then, you gotta hop in. This one has a little bit different controls and it's not quite as new and nice. So I'm a little bit herky-jerky on it, but I just have to putz along. But that's enough talking about what I'm going to do. It's time to actually get to work. Okay, here's my first impression. For one, my mulcher controls, which, I've spent tens of thousands of hours in a mulcher. They are all on the left joystick for as far as the track movements and stuff, and then the right is all the bucket controls. This one is a skid steer where, you have to push both levers forward for forwards. To turn, you do one forward, one back, backwards is both back. So my brain needs to be rewired because I keep trying to turn, and I'm actually lifting the bucket up instead of, turning to the left. Okay, I just got the call. The delivery truck is coming right now. They didn't know if they're going to be able to get it here today for me, but then they called me up and said it's coming immediately. So I have to go get the forks on this. Now, can I actually get it to move? Okay, so the truck is on its way. I've just been really nervous for months since I've thought about, getting pallets worth of stuff to this house, because the driveway is kind of hard to get through. That tree used to have branches that were really low. No big truck could actually turn around on our property. So I have been nervous about getting this greenhouse delivered for months and months since we've talked about it. And I'm really excited just to get it over with, and so I got something else to worry about, you know what I mean?
I am really excited for these loads to be showing up. The big greenhouse is exciting, but the thing I really want sooner than later is the new high tunnels, the just simple Caterpillar tunnels that we have coming here. I think that we've been running into issues over the last 2 years because of how how shaded out the tunnels are with the old plastic. So I think it's going to be completely transformative for how well our tomatoes grow. You know, maybe I'm going to stick some peppers and stuff inside of these fresh, new high tunnels. I'm really excited to see what we can do with the farm. You know, finally getting it to take shape. The plan all along was that we were going to have a bunch of these high tunnels, and you know, we were going to have a good amount of covered growing space. So it's fun to imagine that we're taking this big step towards that final plan.
So here's the deal, all right? We had an accident, okay? The greenhouse, when it was coming off the back, it fell over. The whole problem could have been prevented if they had just brought it on a flat deck like they had said they were going to. It makes no sense to me why they brought it in an enclosed trailer when it's not even on a pallet and it's a super long thing. I couldn't even get the forks under it in any way to drag it out, so we had to pull it out with a strap. And when we were doing that, I got it out far enough. We were going to put a skid underneath it, and then I was going to come around and grab it and then go away with it. But I got it out, and then I could see that the frame was just coming apart underneath it. The metal bars started to bend under the weight because they weren't supposed to support it like unsupported like that. And it came out, and then it just, with that momentum, it just flopped over to the side. Now, the lucky thing is that there's only 3 pieces that are damaged, but they are a little bit bent, and the greenhouse costs almost $15,000. So, you know, these are pricey, big numbers that we're talking about. The trucking company, I talked to them earlier today, and I was like, I rented a skid steer. I'm okay to take it off. They were trying to get it to me today while I had the skid steer rental, and they prioritized getting it to me right away over putting it on a flat deck and bringing it to a way that I could safely take it off, right? Like I was not expecting them to show up with an enclosed trailer. Like, duh, the whole thing fell apart just trying to pull it out. It obviously wasn't safely loaded. So I'm gonna call the manager. I apparently dialed voicemail. So I just called and I got voicemail for the trucking company. But before that, I was just going through my contacts and I was like, this is who I called earlier. But I really called, I called the tool rental company that I got the skid steer from. And I was like, I want to speak to Kevin, your manager. And they're like, yeah, there's no Kevin here. This guy wants to speak to the manager. And then I was like, oh, wait, sorry. Wrong number, guys. They're like, oh, cool.
Ian just failed at being a Karen. Here's what I think is fair. We shouldn't have to pay for the time that the driver was here unloading, right? Because he was here way longer than he should have been.
Well, we're not going to pay anyways. We already paid for it all.
Have we?
Yeah, we paid for the shipping already.
Oh, well then I don't care. I have no complaints then. I just didn't want to have to pay for the time spent hand bombing the stuff apart because they sent the wrong thing. But yeah, like I don't care. I think the thing's fine. If anything, I'm even more stoked on our amazing greenhouse because it can get smashed an insane amount and like not even dent.
Okay, well, what's something that could bother you in life then? What gets you mad?
I know what gets me mad. Bad weather at night in the spring. Or flowers not selling. flower bouquets that I arranged that don't sell. That makes me mad. But mostly freezing overnight temperatures. But everything else I can deal with. I am really excited, though, about these greenhouses. It's, you know, it's gonna be a pain to put that big one together. It's gonna be lots of nightmares. No matter what, I mean, starting tomorrow, I can get my new greenhouses going up, and that is exciting.
So, am I putting the greenhouses up tomorrow, or am I doing the walk-in cooler?
This is where the greenhouses are going.
Yeah, so this right here, look, it's ready. And it's the perfect size, and there's nothing planted here. I haven't shown Ian this. I'm literally showing you and Ian this at the same time. But I think this is a perfect spot for one of the greenhouses. And then we can, I don't know what we put in this one. I was thinking this ground's a little bit more prepped. And then down here where nothing's been done, we'll put another one, and that's like, we'll landscape fabric the entire interior because it'll be a weed nightmare. And then we'll put 200 tomatoes in it, is what I was kind of thinking.
You know, the great thing about these greenhouses is they're so easy to move around.
Oh yeah, they take a couple hours to set up, a couple hours to move. So they really, we could set it up here for the summer and take it down in the fall and move it over top of crops already growing. And it wouldn't, it wouldn't be a struggle, especially with having our employee to have like a third hand for doing it. You gonna go for a ride, Sam?
Okay, you can't touch the controls, you can only watch.
I finished moving all the compost. Do you want to go survey the damages?
What did you do?
Okay, let's start over here. This over here. I ran over the corner of some of your seeded stuff.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I started with the easy one.
Did you break the greenhouse?
There's the culprit right there. Okay, come this way. I ran over some of your pots.
Ian, I was like watching you, and I was like, he's working too quickly. It makes me very grumpy.
Okay, now do you want to see the really bad one?
Ian, if you drove into the greenhouse and killed my tomatoes, I'm gonna murder you.
Just kidding. This was the bad one, but by framing it like that, it makes it seem like it's not as bad, right? It's just a few pots, come on.
I mean, I don't actually care that much because those are like, those are landscaping plants.
Today started off so relaxing. It's about 9 o'clock when I got the call that the skid steer was getting dropped off, and it just seems like since that moment it's been chaos all day. So no surprise now that the sun is down, and it doesn't really feel like got a whole lot done today. But I did get a bunch of dirt moved and some piles taken care of, and we did get that truck unloaded. I know Serina's feeling pretty behind because all the chaos with the unloading meant that she couldn't do a bunch of the potting up and stuff that she had planned to. So when our employee gets here tomorrow, she'll probably ask us, what exactly were you guys doing when I wasn't here? We won't really have an answer to that. But, that's kind of the way it is out here. It's like, that's why you got to work every single day, all of the time. You always have to be kind of in work mode because, you know, things progress really slowly. So you need to put all that extra time into it. But, you know, I guess just a good thing that nobody got hurt when that load fell over, because if anybody got pinched between that could have hurt pretty bad. And, you know, the damage to the greenhouse is disappointing because, you know, there's no reason for them to have put that load into an enclosed trailer when, you know, it clearly was not meant to be pulled out like that. Pure disappointment on that side of things, but you know, it's maybe the slightest bit bent. I could probably bend it back and it'll be fine. Like you said, it's not really holding any weight. It's just kind of holding itself up and being a place to secure the plastic too. So as long as we can get it to align properly, then all's well that ends well, I guess. I'm done with this today. I'm just so over it.